Yeah, look, it was a difficult game. We look like a team who hadn't had a competitive game since last season. But they worked their way into it. I felt they were a bit nervy at the start, probably apprehensive about not having a competitive game, but I thought they grew fantastic, and towards the back end of the first half, they started to find their feet. I think we've had a good pre-season, but that lack of game practice sometimes comes into it. But I thought it was a fantastic effort tonight, and it's a start in the right direction.
Change the setup second half, but defensively, first half you seem to let them come at you. You can put in your room, you change it up in the second half. Is that right?
No, I think we just got our. I think the second part of the first half we got our shape right, and then the times that we did maintain the ball were the times that we were effective. So, it was a little bit more of that belief that we needed, and a little bit more of that composure that we needed when we were fatigued.
Disappointing to see that goal offside. It must have been minuscule.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was the back of his heel. It's always a hard one to take. But look, I think if that goal had stood, I think the boys would have grown another leg and they would have lifted again. But in the end, I thought it was a good performance for the first hit out.
Andy Keogh's injury?
Just felt something go in his calf, so we'll just have to wait and see how it goes tomorrow.
And Bruno's performance?
Fantastic. Led from the front, a real leader. He works hard for the team. He scores. He does everything. So there's a reason why he's been here for a while and why he's one of the best players in the league.
Pretty happy to score that goal too.
Yeah, of course. We want him to score goals. That's what he's here for. So I'm glad for him. I'm very pleased for him because he's had a good pre-season. Coming off the back of a good season last season, I thought he had a fantastic season last season. So he's backing it up again.
And about 9 minutes on the pitch for Sturridge. Not much to see, but what did you make of the appearance?
Look, I'm not going to take too much from that. I think what we've seen in training has been good, and it's about him now building up and finding his feet and getting the fitness he needs to play games.
What does that look like? What does the process look like here in terms of minutes that he'll get over the coming games?
Look, we need to get him back into full training as quickly as possible, and that's probably the first step. The first step is to make sure he can handle the load, make sure that we manage that load so that he can get minutes here and there off the bench before he plays a full game.
And when do you expect him to be back in training?
However long it takes to get him there.
Yeah. Is it hard to hold him back because you know how good he is and he's probably just desperate to get out there for longer as well?
Look, definitely, but I think it's about the group. He's one of the group, and he'll play his part and can have a fantastic impact off the bench until he is ready.
To see the crowd that came out tonight, no doubt a lot of them to see him, how good was that?
Fantastic. It's something that we've always said about this club is that's the potential that the club has, and we want to continue to see those crowds come every week.
How do you handle the next little bit because you've got the FA Cup game coming up? Are you effectively just going to play whoever didn't play tonight?
Yeah, that's going to be a difficult one because then we play Friday as well. So they've squeezed the game right in the middle, but we'll have to have a look at it and just make sure we try and keep everyone as fresh as possible.
You're going to have to literally split the squad because you can't obviously play Wednesday, fly Thursday, play Friday.
That's exactly how we're going to do it. So we'll split the squad and we'll send a group to Adelaide, and then the others will follow in to Melbourne.
And presumably the one you send to Adelaide, you're going to have to put a lot of your youth players and your fringe players.
Yeah, it's a fantastic opportunity for those young guys to be able to now take their first step on the ladder and find their feet in the professional team. So that's something that we have always been keen on, is promoting our young players, and this is going to be a fantastic opportunity for them to put their game up against a good opposition.
We saw with Keogh last season it was a really slow build to get his fitness back. How, I guess, disappointing is it to see him kind of have this setback so early in the season?
Yeah, look, I think it's been a long pre-season without many competitive games. So it's hard to go into a game where it's the first one of the year. The crowd is a big one. You're at home. You want to do really well. So sometimes your adrenaline takes over and you push harder. And that's something that we'll have to assess and see how Andy goes. But I wouldn't expect anything less from him to give 100%.
Richard, where does Sturridge fit when he is fully healthy? You played a 3-4-3 tonight. Do you see him kind of playing as an inside forward, or do you think you might go to two at the top somewhere down the line with him and Bruno or Andy?
Look, we've got options to play a few formations, so that sort of helps us. We've got Adrian as well, who's, I thought he had a great debut tonight. He really made an impact off the bench. So we've got plenty in that area of the park. We've just got to make sure that we keep everyone in the back third fit and healthy.
And Anthony Gilroy as well, close to man on the match today. Obviously not shocked because you're watching all the time in training, but how much progress has he made at the club since he joined?
Fantastic young player, fantastic attitude, a very good person. Someone who's always learning, always wanting to learn, and always pushing himself. So he's a young man who has got a bright future ahead of him.